Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Westby. Ken Manning, Western Wisconsin Video Productions, LLC. Well, it is an afternoon. It's the Christmas break, and we're trying to get as many games and events in as possible, and that's why we're here in the Westby Fieldhouse tonight. With me, the new head coach of the Westby Norsemen boys basketball team, Ken Halverson. Ken, thanks for taking a moment out of your time here prior to today's basketball game with Arcadia. Talk a little basketball.
Yeah, sure. Entering my first year as the head basketball coach. We got a young team this year, mostly juniors, sophomores, and a freshman that are playing up. So we're really looking to really grow as a team, basically game by game. And, our improvements can be measured by, how well we improve and how much we look to improve, and our attitude game by game. It's not so much wins and losses. It's how we progress and how we look to learn. And you learn a lot from losses and making mistakes, and those are going to happen early in the season, but we just hope to correct them, and down the road we're a better team because of it.
When you take a look, it's always a tough thing to do following someone who's coached for years and years. You wind up having to put in some of your own philosophy. We talked a little bit about what will we see that's the same with the Westby Norsemen, and then maybe the follow-up with that, Ken, is what is it that we're going to see different with our Westby Norsemen team?
Yeah, sure. Bob was my coach as well. So a lot of the things he preached, I'm going to bring as a head coach as well. And I guess the biggest thing is defensively, we're going to play hard. And we're not going to let up, and we're going to scramble for loose balls, and we're going to rebound, and we're going to do all those little things that's going to keep us in games. That was kind of like our philosophy when my team was going on. It was what I'm about. And that's kind of the things we're looking to instill in these players, is be really aggressive defensively, look to get the hands on the ball, contest shots, and finish plays. Differences, without saying too much, I guess there's some things some staples of Bob's coaching in the past that he did as far as like his 1-3-1 and maybe his offense. Little wrinkles here and there that you'll see they're a little different, but it's still basketball, and we're still playing the game, still running a motion offense. So it won't be too much different. I guess the basketball I will notice the little thing is a little more than the casual fan, but it's basketball, and we're looking to be competitive, win ball games.
Well, you always figure, when I heard, and congratulations too for becoming the new head coach, one of the things that I thought right away was that things might not be that much different because you grew up with it. You thrived in Coach Coulee's system, and you were, one of the great floor leaders for the Norsemen. So I would have to imagine that, for the casual eye, you might not see a whole lot different there.
Right, yeah. It's, when Bob coached us, it was all about your attitude and how hard you worked. And he pushed us, and I'm looking to do that with these kids. It's really about your attitude. If you're willing to put in the time and you're willing to work hard, good things are going to happen down the road. And whether that's offensively, defensively, shooting, playing man-to-man zone, it doesn't matter what it is. If you're aggressive, you do things right, and you look to learn, good things are going to happen, I think.
Let's talk a little bit about that game against Hillsborough, your first game of the year, their third or fourth game. That's always a big difference.
Yeah, it was. They had a few games in, so they kind of had their basketball legs a little bit, where we were a little slow to start. We didn't shoot that well in the first half, and they kind of shot the lights out. So we were buried early, but, I guess midway through the first half, we kind of found our legs a little bit, got competitive, got it within 9, I believe. But then you could kind of tell, those extra games kind of paid off for them, and we kind of lost a little bit, ran out of gas. But, they were a good team, competitive. They were a lot like us. Shot well, looked finished inside. They just did it better than we did tonight there.
What do you tell the kids, Ken, when you come back to the locker room or when you come back to the practice floor about that game and having them understand that it is a work in progress, especially the first game?
Yeah, it's been something the new coaches and I got Andy Lipsky on the staff, and I got Travis Gastel on staff as far as Mark and Danny Dwyer. It's something we talked about before the season started, is what we are and where we look to finish. And we're real honest with the kids about what we are, but where we can be if we do these things right. And each week after each game, you kind of hit on the things you need to work on. You work on it in practice, and then you look forward towards your next game. You don't spend too much time on it, but you got to work on the things that you're not doing right in order to get better. And that's kind of the message. And so far they're accepting it and they're working hard, and they're improving, so that's good.
Well, I think that's what every good coach is going to look at, no matter where you're at. I think that was well said, how to make those slight improvements. Well, let's take it to the next step and talk about what do we know about the Arcadia Raiders.
They're balanced. They're a balanced team, looking to run motion offense most of the time. What can I say? I guess they're a lot like us. They got a couple nice players. Number 24 is a nice player. Number 1's a nice player. They all do things well. And I think you're going to see a good matchup with us. I hope to be really competitive and hope to get a win against them and hopefully get my first win, and get that out of the way. But I think Arcadia and Viroqua, I think, are very similar, which is our next opponent. And I think if we can just play solid defense and keep them in front of us, make them take contested shots, and close out possessions, I think we're going to be right in the end. I really do.
When you take a look at that Coulee conference race, it's always been so competitive over the years. Who do you see as maybe a front runner this year?
Well, I think you got to look at West Salem and Black River. I think they're the top 2 teams in the conference. They bring back a lot of returners. They were pretty young both last year. So I'd say they're the top 2. And then I guess you got to look. And I'm not even sure after that. I think after that it's pretty open. I think Luther presents a pretty tough challenge on tonight. Arcadia's gonna be tough. Viroqua's gonna be tough. I mean, they're all gonna be tough games, but I think definitely West Salem is up there, probably at the top of the list right now, I would say.
Well, Ken, I want to say thanks so much for taking the time out, and we wish you the best of luck. Looking forward to watching the Westby Norsemen once again back out here on the court.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Thanks for having me, Ken.
All right, it will be fun, that's for sure. Ken Helverson, our head coach of the Westby Norsemen. We'll be back with the opening play after this. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Westby Fieldhouse. We're jumping right into it. Here comes the starters. Number 1, Chandler Sansala for Arcadia. Number 10, Evan Pauley. Trev Bjorg, number 21. Austin Zastro, 23. And Caden Updike. Ryan Sonatag, your coach here for the Raiders. All right, we'll swing over here and catch the Westby Norseman, number 4, Jack Winiger. Grant McCauley. Hudson Lipsky, number 12. Kale Griffin. And freshman Rhett Stensling. New head coach, of course, in Ken Halverson. Assisted by Travis Gaskell, Dan Dwyer, Mark Lupke, and Andy Lipsky. Well, here we are as we get ourselves set for the opening play. And it will be the Raiders getting the ball first. Over here on the near side, that's Bjorgi, or Bjorg, I think is how they just said it. A kick back to Bjorg. He's going to look for the three. No good off the weak side, and that was McCauley in there getting the rebound. They'll come back up here to the top. Number 12 in Lipsky. Shot is up and good. I believe that was Griffin hitting the first. That's the one thing I notice. I can't hardly look down. You look down, somebody's going to score. And now the Raiders lose the handle. Bjorg not able to hang on to it as it rolled away from him. McCauley will inbound. And he gets it over here, coming across the timeline. That was Griffin. Back over here to McCauley. McCauley looks back up to the top. Number 4 is Winiger. On that far wing, Lipsky back up to the top with Winiger. Stenciling down low. Here's a drive. That ball ticked away here just enough. I do say ticked because it wasn't a whole lot there, but it did go pretty solid into somebody's hands, and now we're going to get a foul here on McCauley as he came crashing through. I'm sure it's on Grant. It was. Each team with a foul piece, I thought, but maybe, well, they don't have it down. There's a little jump hook, no good. Rebound coming away, Bjorg, and he'll slow things down. Back up to the top here with Sansala. Sansala, left-hand drive, kicks back up to the top where he finds Zastro. Now on that far wing, looking to make a move. Back up to Sansala. That was that Pauly, I think? Anyway, Sansala comes up with the bucket. Well, number 10 is Pauly. Might have been Zastro before. Here is a nice little move and bumped as he releases. Lipsky should go to the line here. We'll check and see who that foul is on in just a moment. Then we're going to start from the bottom of our list and work up with our sponsors. Lipsky gets the first, which means the Westby Co-op Credit Union bringing you today's action. Second one, that's going to roll around and drop in. 4-2 score, Westby, thanks to WCCU, as well as the Westby Co-op Creamery. There's a quick inside pass, and Pauly is going to get the bucket. He's fouled. Coming across, we'll see who that was. Boy, that was a fast pace right away. It's the second foul on McCauley. So Grant's going to have to come out. And Dylan Ellison will step in. Three-point play is made as Pauly connects on the free throw. Ellison will bring the ball across the timeline. Or check that, Lipsky. I'm sorry. Ellison is number 1. Here's Ellison. Lipsky on the wing, kicks it out. Winiger back over to the far side it goes. And again, 13 is Griffin. Skip pass. Lipsky wide open, his shot, no. And the rebound coming away here by Arcadia. Now they'll slow things down. 24 in Updike. He's one of the people that Coach Helverson said is one you got to watch for. Bjorg, inside entry pass there. And oh, good job by Zastro getting that one to drop. 7-4 now, Arcadia, after Westby was up 4-2. So quick 5 points unanswered by Arcadia. Lipsky back out here on the wing, wants to make the drive, and he said he shuffled his foot before the dribble came along. Well, thanks also to the Varsity Funeral Home helping us out tonight. Of course, you'll find the corporate office. I don't know now. I guess I want to say it's probably, they have their offices in Viroqua. Of course, up here in Westby. Down in that Soldiers Grove, Gaze Mills area. And beyond. Here's Westby now at the 1350 mark, and another travel. That one goes against Winiger. Carson Peeler coming into the ball game. He replaces Bjorg with the quick rest. Updike brings the ball across. Here comes Pauly with the drive. That's a little flat. Rebound put back up and good by Zastro. Well, he just snuck in and got great position, and the ball was like a magnet right to him. Here's Ellison. His shot strong. Back of the rim, no good. And the rebound, great work in there by Winiger. He had to dig in deep. There was a couple of Raiders in there. Here's Winiger making a move, shot up. Oh, rolled off. No good on the right-hand side. That's where Sensala was with the rebound. Back to Sensala from Updike. Nearly stolen, but now Pauly bounce pass inside. Turnaround spin move, no good. Got his own shot, put back, no good again. And Stensling comes down with it. Coming down with it after Zastro had 2-point blank opportunities, and the ball just was not, or maybe the rim wasn't going to be very cooperative that time around. Here is Stensling with the shot. That's no good. And we're going to get an over-the-back call here on number 13 in Cale Griffin. That's a tough one. You want to go up and get it, and then the next thing you know, you're over the top of somebody. Well, let's see who's coming out of the ballgame. It's going to be Zastro going to get a rest, and coming in is Richard Meza. So Meza, number 32, into the game. He gets the ball now, and now a nice bounce pass. Oh, what a play right there. And Pauly is the recipient of a very nice assist from Meza. Got to give him some credit there. That was pretty. Over on the far side now. This is Brett Kroom into the ball game for the Norsemen. Stop the shot, front of the rim, no good. The ball eluded Stensling. Kicked away from him. Here comes Arcadia, who thought about it. Here's Pauly again with the drive. No, Stensling with a nice position rebound. Quick pass coming down that far sideline is Lipsky. Back up here to Griffin. His shot is up and good. Cale Griffin for 3. And it's 11-7 at the 11:24 mark. Westby trying to get back into this one here. Down by 6. Check that, down by 5. So much for my math. Still so much for my math. Down by 4. It's 11-7. And then a 3. My goodness. That was Sensala. 14-7. That's 7 points. Oh, my goodness. Spin move. Lipsky back up to Kroom at the top of the key. Over to Ellefson. Ellefson down low. Stensling on the baseline. He makes the move. No good. Boy, that was a great try there by the freshman, but it just rolled off, and Sensala was able to scoop it up. Updike brought the ball down the court. Back to Updike here on the wing. He goes baseline. Back over to the outside to Sensala, and the pass just let him a touch too much. Now some wholesale changes coming in here for Arcadia. We'll try to get those for you as we can. Number 2 in Vasquez I saw into the ball game, along with Peeler stays in. Meza stays in. Bjork back into the ball game, as is Zastro. So not a long break for Zastro and Bjork. Here's Griffin trying to make a move, but Meza is there. Back over to the far side. Winiger, number 4, back up here on the wing with Griffin. Skip pass over to Thunstead. Thunstead back down low on that far corner. Up on the wing. Quick pass cross court by Stensling. Here's Kroom for 3, and he hit it. Nice looking shot there by Brett Kroom. And the Norsemen, they are clawing back into it. Here comes a 3, trying to answer back, and my goodness, they did. Vasquez nailed that one. Now Coach Halverson is going to call a timeout. He wants to talk things over. We can do the same. We'll take a quick break. Boy, the Norseman picking up that 3 from Kroom. It was 14-10, and answering back right away was Vasquez. He popped a 3 from long range. And I do mean long range. Thanks to the Viroqua Food Co-op, your only fully organic grocery store. Downtown Viroqua. Great place to go. Viroqua Dental Center, thanks to Dr. Leanne Klum and her crew of professionals. Boy, I go there. I enjoy it. They are so nice. They're kind. And they want to make sure you're feeling okay with any procedures that need to be done. Here is Thunstead, and we're going to get a foul on the floor. Thanks to the Viroqua Booster Club. They've been such an integral part of Viroqua athletics. They support all of the teams, and that's terrific to see. If you'd like to become a member, contact Athletic Director Eric Anderson or Carl Zuby, the president. Westby with the ball. Lipsky to Winiger. Back over here to Kroom. Kroom back up. Here's a long three, and he hit it. That was Lipsky. Well, I tell you what, Hudson with some pretty good range. We saw some of that last year, and he's going to start out right away. He might have missed the first shot, but I think that might have been his second, and he hit it. Back over here to the toss inside. That was from Peeler. Tried to go down low. Let's see, who was that? 23 in there again. That's Zastro. Went off his hands. Well, Peeler comes out of the ball game. We'll see if we can locate who comes in. Might be Pauly. I think they gave him a short rest. Thunstad over to Kroom. On the wing with Lipsky. Lipsky making a couple of moves. Boy, that is Bjorg on him real tight. Doesn't want to let him take another three after that last shot. Let's see, this should be McCauley. It is his drive, and he got the baseline move. Dropped that one in for two. 17-15. Back come the Norsemen. Good timeout by head coach Ken Halverson, and Norsemen were able to regroup. Back over to Updike. Here's a shot on the way. That's no good. And battling Vasquez. No look pass. Tipped away by McCauley. Vasquez tried to go down low to Zastro, and McCauley was doing a nice job of anticipating that play. Bjorg back up to Updike. Updike with the bounce pass. And we're going to get a travel call here on Vasquez. Apparently as he touched the ball, he was moving both feet. So a break here for the Norsemen at the 7:12 mark. Take a quick look here at your score. And the clock running. Lipsky over to Winiger. Winiger goes down low to McCauley. There was a battle, and they're going to say it's off McCauley's hands. Vasquez was there causing some problems and caused just enough to get the turnover. Sansala returns to the ball game. Vasquez gets a break. And also, let's see, coming back in is Griffin. And Kroom will take a break. 7 minutes to go in the half. Just a reminder, we'll be heading to Viroqua for tonight's girls basketball game. We'll probably get there as the JV are playing, so we'll try and get on the air as quick as possible. But they are hosting the Lafarge Wildcats, so a couple of area schools going at it in a non-conference tilt here tonight. That's Viroqua. Here's a skip pass up to back to Updike. Shot along the way, no good. Stensling, he'll battle, and now he's going to be fouled by, I want to say, Pauly. Pauly came up over the top of him, caught him on the arm. That's who it was. So the foul on the floor, Stensling will inbound to Lipsky. Thanks to VMH, Vernon Memorial Healthcare. Check out their website for all kinds of great ideas, keeping you healthy and safe. They always do such a terrific job with that. That shot, man, rolled off the front of the rim, and Bjorg picked up the rebound. Quick pass out here to Sansala on the wing. Back up on the top, Updike over to Bjorg. Bjorg down low in that corner. Updike, they move the ball around quickly. Here's a three off the front of the rim, no good. And a great save in there by Winiger. He tipped it to Griffin. And now, let's see, Lipsky comes across here.
Oh, he tried to get the pass, and Bjorg showed some pretty good anticipation there, didn't he? And then Sansala hits a three. Wow. That was cold as ice, you might say. Now we're going to get a foul on Bjorg over the top. Kind of riding the shirt tail there of Lipsky just a little too much. Lipsky into Griffin. 5:10 to go. That was partially blocked by Zastro. McCauley went up for the shot. He had about an 8-footer. Here's Updike. A little strong. A big rebound by Zastro. Kicks it out. Here comes another look at a three. No good. Rebound. Zastro. No. And Stensling comes away with it on the weak side. Well, a couple of, what did they have? 3-4 shots? Arcadia did. They're battling right now for the loose ball, you might say. They're up by 5 at the 4:30 mark, 20-15. Now a travel call here again on Lipsky. That's 3 on him. He looks over the coaching staff and kind of raises the palms of his hands like, well, what in the world am I doing? That's always a tough one. 2015, as you can see. Here's Sansala, inside pass, Zastro. He's going to be fouled. If that goes on McCauley, which the body language says it is, that'll be number 3. And he'll have to come out of the ball game. Well, they're going to go with, okay, now it is. It is 3 on McCauley. And the shot up, no good. That means the grant comes out and Rhett Stensling, the freshman, will return. Thanks to Vernon Manor Healthcare Center, north side of Viroqua. That shot, no good. Stensling, or check that, Griffin makes the case to grab that rebound with both hands. Back over here to Lipsky. And Griffin. Here's Ellison, blocked from behind. That was Bjorg from behind with the big block. Sansala back to Updike. Updike hanging in the air, no. Bjorg hangs, no. Rebound, Pauly can't get it. That is 4 shots, and then Bjorg able to get it. And sounds like a foul in there as well. Boy, I tell you what. 4 big offensive rebounds at least here for the Raiders. The lefty in Zastro puts it down. And the timeout, Westby. They need a chance to regroup once again. 23-15 at the 3:49 mark. Well, the Westby coaching staff talking things over. We want to say thanks to the Vernon Electric Cooperative supporting today's broadcast. And, of course, they are serving nearly 10,000 patrons with affordable electrical energy. Vernon Communications bringing you tonight's action. We also want to remind you that tomorrow on Channel 14, we're going to have the Westby Norseman wrestling team travel to North Crawford High School for a wrestling match to start at 11 o'clock. We'll have that on the air. We hope everything will work correctly. That's the plan anyways. We'll go at 11 o'clock for some high school wrestling. That'll be on Channel 14, Vernon Communications. And streaming as well on vernoncom.coop/live. Here's a quick hustle. Griffin down on the floor. We're going to get a jump ball situation here with Bjorg and Griffin, but the arrow says Westby. Pass over to Winiger. Jack moves to his left side, comes back up to the top with Lipsky. Back over to Winiger. Skip pass, nearly picked off. And now we're going to get a 3-second call on Stensling. That was a tough break because it looked like I think Rhett maybe had 1 foot in there, and you got to have them both out, obviously, but he thought he was straddling or on the line and was okay. 23-15. Bjorg with the ball, kicks it over here to Updike. Down low on a nice pass, and Zastro not able to get that one to drop. Ball bouncing around, and I think Zastro should be hit with that foul, and that's what it was. He kind of got himself, lost his body, so to speak, and wound up crashing into a couple of Norsemen. All right, now Griffin will inbound. 3:01 remaining here in the half. Lipsky lobs it over to Stensling. Quick pass to Ellefson. Ellefson hangs in the air, rolls around, and drops in. Oh, boy, he had a little English on that one, didn't he? So Ellefson picking up a bucket. 6-point advantage for Arcadia. Hanging in the air, that shot's up and good for Updike. That's Updike's first bucket of the night. He's been a pretty good facilitator throughout these opening moments in the first half. Here's a 3 from downtown, in and out, no good by Lipsky, and the ball touched last by Stensling. Snowflake Ski and Golf reminding you of stop down to the Chateau and enjoy all kinds of food specials throughout the weekend, or week, I should say. And of course, their Friday fish, that's always a great one. And don't forget, you can pick up those cards, your punch cards, for the 2021 golf season. Another one of those sponsors is Sleepy Hollow, looking for that brand new car, the 2021s. Well, they've been around for a while, and I'm sure Spanky will get more. But stop in there. Great vehicles, used and new alike. North side of Viroqua. The inbound goes to Pauly from Updike, back here to Bjorg, and we're going to get a foul on Winiger as he catches Bjorg with the body. Bjorg will inbound right underneath us. Now the Norseman kind of drop back, and I say that, Lipsky comes up just to make sure that Updike is ready for him. Now they're back to the half court. Sensala to Bjorg. Updike and Sensala goes down low to Zastro. That was a pretty good spin move by Zastro to get the bucket. Had a good lay-in. Lipsky down here to Griffin. Ellefson back out to Griffin. Skip pass, Winiger. And Lipsky. Hudson comes back up to the top for Winiger, and Griffin out on that far wing. Stensling is going to get fouled trying to make a move in the lane. Thunstead will come into the ball game. He comes in for Ellefson. 27-17 your score. Arcadia out in front. Here's a pretty good look off the back of the rim, and now chasing down that ball. That was a great effort by Stensling. And then I think it was Bjorg. That's going to be foul number 3 on him. Oh, they're going to say, no, it was on 24 in Updike. That's 2 2 for Updike. Stensling gets the first. Second one no good, and Peeler, who's in the game, comes away with the rebound. Far side with Updike on the sideline, comes up on the wing, back over to Sensala, and he'll slow things down. 45 seconds to go. Shot is up. Oh my goodness, that was a great looking shot there by Updike for 3. Pretty calm on that one. A 12-point advantage right now for Arcadia, 30-18. Griffin lost the handle, able to get it back over to Winiger. Winiger down low. Stensling takes a shot at things and went over the top. Into the hands of Sensala. Updike back to Sensala. Lipsky guarding him. Updike, cross-court pass to Peeler. Down on that far wing, it goes to back up to Updike. His shot no good from Pauly, and time will run out. Time runs out in the half, and it's 30-18. Well, let's take a quick look here at a sponsor or two. Scenic Bluffs Community Healthcare, thanks to Murray Freiberg and that terrific crew over in the Cashton area. You'll find them in Viroqua, Ontario, and Norwalk. Rural Mutual Insurance, Kevin Blusky bringing you today's action. We thank Kevin and his team, the Wisconsin-based company that does business only in Wisconsin. It's Rural Mutual Insurance. And the Riverbank helping out tonight once again, thanks to Katie Helseth. She covers both the Coon Valley branch and the Westby branch. It's banking with friends. And thanks to Rich and Right Choice Construction, if you're looking to re-up on some things, doing some renovation, there's the person to call. Free estimates, Right Choice Construction, Black River Avenue. Let's take a look at the scoring totals unofficially as I have it. For the Norsemen, as they trail by a dozen points, it's Dylan Ellison with 2, Graham McCauley with 2, Lipsky with 2, check that, Lipsky with 5. He had a 3 in there, along with a couple of free throws. Griffin with a 3, and Brett Kroom with a 3. Rhett Stensling with 1. So leading the way right now, Hudson Lipsky with 5 points here for the Norsemen. Meanwhile, for Arcadia, Sensala, wow, he's picked up a couple of threes, plus a field goal for 8 points. Vasquez with 3. Pauly with 5. He had a spurt in there where he was really making some things happen about halfway through that first half. Bjorg with 2, and he's played a real good ball game. Zastro with 6, make it 7 points, and Updike with 5 points here, but he has kind of been the facilitator of things for the Raiders when it comes to the passing and getting a number of assists. Well, there you have it, 30-18. Our thanks again to those sponsors. Premier Co-op with your Cenex gasoline on the south side of Westby. And don't forget Nordic Lanes, located here on the northwest side of Westby. Back with more here in a little bit. team's ready to go, and now the officials are set. Somebody forgot to go get them. You never know. That has happened before. And but now they're coming out, and everybody's going to be ready to rock and roll here once again. The Arcadia Raiders on top here, 30-18. They've been doing a pretty good job with most anything and everything that they've wanted to do here. Westby battling, but maybe just not quite the experience that the Raiders have. They do have a couple, three seniors out here on the court. Here is Arcadia with the first opportunity. That one rimmed out. Pretty good looking shot there. It might have been Bjorg or Zastro. Couldn't quite tell which one was making that attempt. Here's Griffin back up to the top with Winiger. And now over on that side with Lipsky. Macaulay with Sansala on him comes up to the top with Winiger. Griffin. Here is a three, and he hit that one. Well, I tell you what, there's a guy that when he gets hot, look out, and that is Hudson Lipsky. Last year, we could see he was just very confident in his shots, and he did a nice job with it, I thought. Here a ball is going to go out of bounds, and they say it is Westby's. Off the hands. Oh, they're going to say a foul occurred in there. Let's see if we can pick up the number up on the board. It was a second foul on Zastro. Well, he's going to have to be a little careful. He definitely is a very solid part of that Arcadia lineup. Here's Griffin. Lipsky, wide open look, and nice shot there by Winiger. Jack, too, can hit from outside. That one was probably a little 10-footer. It was nothing but net. So a quick 5 points here, I believe, or 3, I guess I should say. No, it was 5, that's right. It was 30-18. Now 30-23. Updike over to the far side with Bjorg, kicks it up to the top. Sansala looks to answer, and he does with a 3 of his own. That is his third 3. My goodness. Back to the 10-point advantage are the Raiders. Thanks to Main Street Mobile Mart. That's Synergy Mobile Fuel in downtown Viroqua. Here's Lipsky. Bjorg gets on him right away. Stensling way out on the top. He'll work his way back down. Now Macaulay with the ball. Yeah, a reminder, we'll be heading to Viroqua after this ball game. Here's another 3. That one back of the rim, no. And Sansala tracks that one down. The Viroqua girls take on the Lafarge Wildcats. I tell you what, they got a pretty good squad on the varsity side. Well, Sansala just hit another. Holy smokes, that's 4 now for him. And it's 36-23. Stensling stops, tries to pop. No. Great job coming out of the near side was Macaulay, and he was able to put that one in on the rebound. Can't give up on the ball, and Macaulay went after it. Here's Updike in a 36-25 ball game for Arcadia. On top with 14:30 to go in the ball game. Lob pass down low. Zastro, left-handed shot, no. Rebound, Winiger. He gets it over to Lipsky. The JV starts at, I don't know if they start at 5:45 or 6. We're hoping to be there close to 6. You never know how these ball games go. Now a travel call on Lipsky. That's, in all honesty, his fourth travel call, and I'm not seeing it, but there's a reason I don't see it. Because, you know, being an old wrestling coach, I'm okay with what he's doing. That's probably why I'm up here. Anyways, it's going to be a foul here. That was going to go on Lipsky. One foul apiece, team-wise, here in the second half. 13:30 to go in the game. Good hustle here as Griffin takes one away from Sensala, and now we're going to get a foul. Let's see if that's on, is that on Pauly or is that a shooting foul? No, it was on Pauly, I believe. So McCauley or Griffin, now Griffin's going to come out. Kroom comes in. Ellison is in. McCauley over here to the near side. Stensling out on the wing. Lipsky back up here to Stensling. Gets the ball off. Back inside to Stensling. He got no place to go. We're going to get a blocking foul coming in. That's going to go on Zastro. Stensling trying to make something happen, and Zastro gets called for the blocking foul. Lob pass inside. Oh, Stensling wasn't where McCauley thought he was going to be, and Stensling thought he was in the spot where he was supposed to be. Thus, the ball goes out of bounds. But you know what? The good part is they slapped hands and said, well, okay, we're going to have to get it next time. You're going to get some of those little aches and pains when you don't have any seniors out there on the floor. Here's a shot up. No, the rebound. Put back. Yep, by Peeler. Well, they're just good size and good experience right now by the Raiders. Playing a pretty good position on Westby. Here is McCauley. Lost the handle. Ball goes back to Arcadia. Well, thanks to the Gunderson Health System and the Varroa Clinic, where you can begin your comprehensive health care. We thank them for their terrific support. Well, into the ball game, you have Kroom and Winiger up on top. Ellison out there on that far wing, Stensling and McCauley into the ball game here for the Norsemen. Pauly comes out here on the wing. Here comes Peeler again with the drive. No, got his own rebound, kicks it out to Vasquez. Vasquez has hit a three from there before. This one is an air ball. Great save, my goodness. Updike with the ball, drives and lays it up and in. Tell you what, that save was started by Pauly. He went up in the air, hung in the air out of bounds, and flipped it to Updike. I wonder how in the world he even saw him. 40-25, a 15-point advantage right now for Arcadia. Quick pass, here's Stensling, shot off to the left to Tad, and now Peeler coming down the court. Quick pass, and a layup here to Pauly, and here comes the timeout. Pauly with the timeout as all of a sudden Arcadia got on a roll, and I do mean on a roll. Up and down the court they went quickly, and they now lead 42-25. Our thanks to Gasser's Bar and Grill. I know they're closed on Mondays, but any other time, stop in there. They got some great tasting weekday specials. You're sure to go back for more. Embroidery and more, that's Greg Danes and crew. Speaking of, we'll be back here tomorrow. We got a couple things going on down in North Crawford tomorrow for wrestling, and then Greg will be over here helping out as an assistant coach as the Westby Norseman girls basketball team will host Mauston, a 3 o'clock ball game. Hope you can join us on Channel 7 once again. Channel 14, by the way, for the wrestling tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. But thanks to Embroidery and More, that's where I always go. I'm wearing my business shirts. Got them from Greg. They do a very nice job. Well, the reach-in, excuse me, on Meza. His first foul. Looking to inbound here. Got the ball in. That was Griffin to Lipsky. Lipsky makes a move to the left-hand side baseline, and he stepped out of bounds. 10:52 to go here, and a 17-point advantage for Arcadia. Things have slowed down a little bit scoring-wise. But with that kind of distance between them and Westby, they can slow down a little bit. Paulie comes out of the ball game, and who comes in for him? I did not see. It might have been, I think Vasquez was here. Zastro with the drive and the layup. Sensala looking to come back in. Here's Winiger. No call on that bump. Trying to hang was McCauley, and there's going to be a whistle and a foul. Shot is up by McCauley, no good. Updike with 3 fouls now, so he's going to come out of the ball game at the 10-11 mark. Stensling comes back in. Griffin is in. And Bo Milutinovic, number 5, is into the ball game, along with Lipsky, who remains. Shot is off. Rebound, middle of the lane by Sensala. Vasquez on that left side, Milutinovic guarding him closely. Now over to Sensala. Griffin on him, now breaking free just for a moment. Little fade shot, in and out, no good by Sensala. Stensling with a nice position for the rebound. Here comes Lipsky, back up to Griffin. Nearly lost, but Milutinovic able to get to it. Zastro was a step away or less. Here's a fadeaway shot off the rim, no good. McCauley battling, and then he lost the handle. Right into the hands of Vasquez. Well, that was a great try by Grant. Unfortunately, when he went to put the ball down, he lost the handle. Zastro trying to drive. We're going to get a timeout here as he hits the floor rather hard. Paulie will come in. (45) 44-25 your score. Well, the Norsemen will bring the ball down the court at the 9-minute mark. Lipsky. We want to say thanks to Evinger's Equipment Sales and Service. Thanks to Mark and his family for their terrific support. There's quite a play, and McCauley able to muscle his way up and get that one to drop. And he had to muscle because he was trapped between a couple of Raiders. Vasquez here on the near side just lost the handle. Miletinovich will inbound. Gets it to Lipsky over here in the corner. And then Vasquez and Arcadia backs away. Down low again to McCauley. He makes a good move. Got his own rebound, but I think there was a foul. Yep, a foul before the shot. He'll go to the line and shoot two, though, as he tried to put it back up and in. First shot is up and good for Grant. McCauley will get the second one, as we say thanks to Culver's of Viroqua. Well, for sure the drive-thru is open. Still all that same great food that's grown, not made. Now a timeout on the floor. This timeout by Arcadia. Let's see what they would like to have. A full timeout. We'll take a break as well. Thanks again to those sponsors. We mentioned Coon Valley Telecommunications, where you can watch tomorrow Westby Wrestling on Channel 14 as they travel to North Crawford. And then back to Channel 7 with Westby Girls hosting Mauston. Again, that'll be on Coon Valley Telecommunications. Kroom with a nice job defensively, and the layup after the lost handle by Stensling. Tell you what, Brett Kroom, give him a ton of credit on that one. He was in the face of the ball handler for sure. Now Miletinovich is going to get the foul here, as he came right over the top of the wrist here, unfortunately, with Meza, and he'll go to the line. First shot is up and good. Meza in the books now. Second one is true to form. And it's 46-31. That's the 15-point advantage. It was up to 17. Here's Kroom. Gets it over to Stensling. Back up to the top with Lipsky. Now Kroom comes over here to Miletinovich. Kroom goes down low. McCauley trying to get position. Now the ball is stolen away here. And that's an easy bucket for Bjorg. Stensling's pass intercepted by Bjorg, and he laid it up and in. They'll try again. Now Kroom over to Miletinovich. Back over to Kroom. He's wide open for three, and he hits that one. Second three of the ball game for Brett Kroom. Coming off the bench, doing a nice job. There, Kroom tips the ball to Miletinovich. Credit the steal on that tip. Thought about the three was Lipsky. Now Kroom with the ball. Back up to the top. Goes over on that far wing with Lipsky. Hudson nearly lost it. Trying to make a couple of moves. Goes to Miletinovich. Here's Kroom once again. Sensala comes back out on top. And he's going to bird dog Kroom. There's a nice shot by Stensling. A very young squad out here for the Westby Norsemen, and they're battling. They're down to a 12-point deficit at 48-36. Man, they got to work hard now. Here's a baseline move, and lost the handle was Updike. Stensling slows things down, gets it over here to Lipsky. That was a wise move for the freshman. Stenciling out to the top. Lipsky for 3. Oh, rimmed off, no good. Meza with the rebound, hands off to Updike. And we're going to get a timeout here. Milinovic was right with Updike, and Coach Sonntag says we need a 30-second timeout. We can do the same. The young Norseman squad looking to battle here. We say thanks to Caston Farm Supply. That's Ernie Peterson and his terrific team of organic farming specialists out there on Highway 27. Be sure to stop in, give him a call. And they can sit down and talk to you about the benefits of organic farming and what they have. Well, the Raiders see their lead down to 12 after it was up as much as 17. And he's just slowly try and pick away at things. That's what the Norsemen have been able to do. There is Lipsky all over now. Kroom gets up on the grill of Sensala. Sensala stops, tries to pop, no good. Maybe a little anxious on that one, I don't know. Here comes Lipsky and the Norseman. Griffin with the ball. Pauly right there. Bjorg on Lipsky. Here's Kroom, turnaround shot, no good. And McCauley is there for the putback. Somebody forgot to put the body on McCauley, and he has the Norseman back to within 10. That's just playing with a lot of heart right now. There's a layup. No, that one didn't go in. I thought it was down for sure for Pauly. Rebound, put back, Updike. No, Pauly's there and still won't fall. And somehow the Norseman dodged 3 bullets. Pauly will go to the line and shoot 2. First shot a little bit short. We thank John Maslevicek and his team members down there at Chaseburg Farmers Union Co-op as they support tonight's broadcast. And remind you, we'll be in Viroqua in a little while. We hope to be there sometime around the 6 o'clock hour. And I believe the timeout here, I didn't catch who that was, but we'll do the same. We'll come back and talk more basketball action. 4:05 remaining in the ballgame. Lori and I would like to wish all of you a Happy New Year. Hope that you had a great Christmas. I know we had a lot of fun with a couple of small Christmases. I guess that's the way to do it now, right? But the 2021 has just got to be a whole lot better. So, like I said, Lori and I wish all the best to all of you. We thank you for joining us tonight and tomorrow as well. Paulie hits the second shot, 49-38. And then, we'll have some time off. And then, things start back up on January 4th. We're going to try and do some double headers with some help with Dan Grass. There's a nice shot on a little fadeaway by Kale Griffin for 2. Yeah, we hope Dan Grass, we hope that Dave Gluck can help us out a little bit. And we might even have a special guest. We'll have to wait and see. We won't let the cat out of the bag just yet. But we definitely want to get as many events on as possible. And we've got some people that will help me with the Norseman. There's a shot up, no good. Tracking that one down. Oh, just out of bounds was Lipsky. That was a wonderful try right there. But yeah, we'll have Westby games on, and then I'll try and zip back and forth, alternate between Cashton and Viroqua events. Lipsky just got hit with a foul from behind. That was a close one as he thought he had all ball. 3:07 remaining in the ball game. Westby down by 9. They got it to single digits here. That's pretty good. Updike gets the pass from Bjorg. Nearly lost the handle with Milinovic guarding. Now a quick pass out here as he went baseline. Bjorg kicks it out. Peeler for 3, no. Rebound, battle. It's going to wind up in Bjorg's hands. And his shot no good. And another shot by Bjorg, and that one dropped in. How in the world did he get that one? Out of nowhere, he got his own rebound. But, Arcadia, they've been getting a lot of second, third, and honestly, fourth offensive rebounds. That's just something that's going to come with experience here for the Norsemen. Arcadia does have that right now on them. 51-40 as the foul. Kroom will go to the line here. Shot is up and good. Well, you got to score points when the clock's not moving. And they do. That's what my friend Dave Gluck would say. Whenever you can score points, especially when you're trailing, that's a really good thing. Here's Updike as they get the ball across the timeline. Approaching 2:15 in the game. Paulie gets the handoff. Back over to Peeler. Peeler makes a little move, and they're going to say a foul here on Kroom. Must have got the shirt tail. Well, thanks to, I think I said Chaseburg Farmers Union Co-op with John Maslevicek. Also, Bobby Johns. That's Sue Brigham and the crew. Great place to go for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Love to stop in there on my way to games after school. Foul on the floor. Yeah, you can grab, they got great sandwiches, wraps. They have taco specials, taco salads, all kinds of neat things. Thanks to the Bank of Cashton, Scott Wall, and they remind you that still on Main Street, but that new bank coming along nicely. Won't be long, they'll be in. There's a nice interception right there by the freshman in Stensling. Here's a long 3, that's no good, and able to track it down was Lipsky off from his own miss. Here is Kroom for 3, and he nailed it. 3 threes for Brett Kroom. And a foul, a holding foul. They're going to call that one on, I think they're going to call that one on Brett. So close on that. A minute 33 to go, and both teams with 7 fouls. So let's see here. Here comes Peeler. Shot is up and no good, and off the fingertips of Stensling, and now Pauly will go to the line as they say Stensling fouled him. Or then it wasn't Stensling, excuse me, it was Grant McCauley, and that's number 5 on Grant. I tell you what, Grant played a really tough ball game tonight. He was battling under the boards a tremendous amount of time. Officials talking things over. They're talking to Coach Sonatag now. Well, Mesa has to come back into the ballgame for some reason. As it is, our thanks going out to ADRC, that's the Aging and Disability Resource Center, Vernon County. Appreciate their support. Well, they obviously don't know that I have to go to Viroqua tonight. Otherwise, they'd be getting this game going. Now they're ready. Pauly will shoot. And he's going to shoot 2. Apparently in the act of shooting, now Mesa will come out and Sensala comes in. Must have been a technicality, apparently. Next shot is up and good for Pauly. Stensling over on the far corner tries to go baseline. He'll make a move and a block. Wow, that was quite a block by Pauly. Shot up by Griffin, no. And now a foul on Arcadia. 7-point ball game, and I tell you what, the Norsemen, they are pushing right now. Quite the comeback. Stensling shot just short. 1 minute mark here in the ball game. Here's Updike. He looks to go to the bucket. No. Rebound. Stensling gets it up here to Griffin. And they're going to say Griffin has stepped out of bounds on his move forward. Wow, that was close. 55 seconds remaining in the ball game. And a timeout here by Coach Sonatag. 7-point advantage for Arcadia. Westby has been making a real nice comeback. Aging and Disability Resource Center, of Vernon County, located in Viroqua. They remind you that during these harsh winter months, if you know of a senior citizen or disabled citizen that maybe is in a bit of a predicament, be sure to contact them at 637-5201. Here we are with the play now as Pauly gets the ball. They're going to get a foul here on, that might go on Stensling. 40.5 seconds remaining. Paulie will go to the line and shoot he'll shoot 1 and 1. Shot is up, no good, and sneaking in again was Peeler. Kicks the ball back out to Paulie. Paulie trying to drive. He sees the teammate in Updike, and it's going to go out of bounds. Off Peeler eventually. Westby with 30 seconds remaining. 3-possession ball game, so they're going to have to get something up quickly. That's a block. We're going to get a foul here. That might go on Updike. Kind of sliding in position here when Lipsky was up in the air. Hudson's shot is up and good. Next shot misses. And we're going to get a foul from behind here with 19 seconds remaining. Lipsky 1 for 2. Peeler hits the first. And a timeout here by Arcadia. Well, 30-second timeout. Again, let's recap what we've got going on so far. Our thanks to American Family Insurance, the Phil Strand Agency, bringing you today's basketball game. Boy, this has been a good one. The Norsemen trailed by 17 here about halfway through this second half, and they've been coming back strong. They still trail by 7. Peeler will look to add one more. Rimmed in and out, still 3-possession game, I should say. Lipsky from way downtown, that's off. Stensling able to get the rebound back up to Lipsky. He'll take another look at the shot. That one in and out, my goodness. Stolen away here. Now Kroom for 3. A buzzer sounds, and that'll take care of the ball game. But what a game it was here as the Westby Norsemen, they fall 53-46, but it was quite a ball game. Really battling back. Let's take a look at the scoring. Ellison with 2 tonight for the Norsemen. Winiger with 2. Graham McCauley with 9 points. Lipsky, 9 points. Griffin with 3. Brett Kroom coming off the bench. He had a great night with 11 points. And Rhett Stensling with 5 for the Norsemen and their 46 points. Meanwhile, Sensala was just on fire for Arcadia. He nails 4 threes and a bucket for 14 points. Vasquez with 3. Peeler with 3 himself. 679 points for Paulie. Bjorg with 6. Zastro with 9. And Caden Updike with 7. And Meza came away with 2 buckets tonight for Arcadia. Well, there you have it. The young Westby Norseman squad, they battled back. They trailed by 17 and lose by 7 here to Arcadia. Well, stay tuned. We hope that you've enjoyed watching this Western Wisconsin Video Production LLC of Westby Boys Basketball. We're on our way to Viroqua, where the Wildcats of Lafarge will take on the Viroqua Blackhawks. That in non-conference girls basketball action. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you real soon right back here on the hard court. Take care.